Hello, my friends, and today I'm going to tell you a little story of two articles. First, we have Automaton. It's actually a website I'd never heard of before, and I'll show you a little later how I ended up finding it. The title of this article is Tencent's Palworld clone game prompts reaction from Pocket Pair CEO. These are incredible times by, I feel so bad that I can't pronounce anything right, Hidekai Fujiwara. And again, I apologize so much for not being able to pronounce that correctly. So this talks about Chinese developer Tianjin Wumai Technology recently revealed the Steam store page for their upcoming title, Aurora. The overall concept of the game and official in-game screenshots released so far bear a resemblance to Pocket Pair's Palworld. The game is apparently being published by Tencent and HK Hero Entertainment. This comes a few weeks after it was reported that a studio under Tencent was developing a new Palworld-style game. Takuro Mizobe, CEO of Pocket Pair, has responded to the situation. This describes Aurora as an open-world sandbox game with online co-op play, set on the uncharted blue planet Aurora, which players will explore while developing their habitats. The game takes on sci-fi twists, with rocket building and space exploration being one of the goals. The game will feature a variety of biomes, including grasslands, dense forest, ice fields, and deserts. Aurora is also inhabited by unusual creatures that can be captured and tamed. Screenshots suggest that it will be possible to have creatures work at your bases. So here are some of the pictures. The release is planned for mobile and PC. It overlaps in genre. Here's some of the pictures. Little critters. That must be, okay, so this is a picture of Aurora, and this is a picture of Palworld. Interesting, I haven't gotten that far in Palworld. Incidentally, at the end of March, Bloomberg reported that Tencent-owned Timmy Studios and Lightspeed Studios were developing a Palworld-style game for mobile devices. In addition, NetEase Games is developing Once Human, an open-world survival game that will feature the capture and training of deviants, creatures that generate resources and perform tasks. You know, normally people would just say that's what the cops should be doing. And so here is the post from the Palworld CEO, Takuro Mizobe. Of course, it's in Japanese, so I can't read it, but luckily they have a translation. Tencent is already making a Palworld clone game. In China, many companies are simultaneously developing mobile clones of Palworld, and the budgets are in the 10 billion yen range, 10 times larger than Palworld's. Next year, we might see many Genshin Impact level creatures or Bishoji raising games. These are incredible times. And of course, Palworld is available on PC and Xbox for early access. Now, you might be asking, what's the second article? Well, let's go check that out. Now, personally, I find this an interesting exercise in how the wording of a headline can really change the way you view something. This is IGN's article. The title is, After Palworld was accused of ripping off Pokemon, its CEO has accused other companies of making Palworld clones. Now, that doesn't sound anything like the tone of what we just previously read, does it? The boss of Pocket Pair has accused Chinese game companies of making Palworld's clones, saying these are incredible times. Now, this is by someone named Wesley Yinpool. I'm not sure why he's taking this with such a aggressive stance from the Palworld CEO. We already read the translation. In a tweet translated by Automaton, Takuro Mizobe, CEO of Pocket Pair, published a screenshot of a mobile and PC game called Aurora alongside the following statement. We will reread it just in case they change something. So I don't think they did, though, from just looking at it. Tencent is already making a Palworld clone game. In China, many companies are simultaneously developing mobile clones of Palworld, and budgets are in the 10 billion yen range, 10 times larger than Palworld's. Next year, we may see many Genshin Impact level creatures or Bishojo raising games. These are incredible times. Okay, so same word for word. This talks about Aurora. According to the description, Aurora is an open-world multiplayer and cooperative sandbox game in which you design a base, survive with your pals, and start your own interstellar travel in a relaxed and fun way. Some cute, that's kind of cute. So this talks about Automaton, who's publishing it, and that there's another one. As for Pocket Pair, it was of course accused of ripping off Pokemon with Palworld, which is often described as Pokemon with guns. Palworld launched in January and overnight became one of the biggest games in the world, setting records not only on Steam but on Xbox Game Pass, where it is the biggest third-party game launch ever. So far, the $30 Pokemon with Guns game has seen an incredible 25 million players, with 15 million copies sold on Steam and 10 million players on Xbox. Mizobe Mizobe has said the company couldn't handle the massive profits Palworld has generated. While Palworld is one of the biggest game launches ever, it is also one of the most controversial. Pocket Pair has said its staff has received death threats amid the Pokemon ripoff claims, which it has denied. Soon after launch, Nintendo moved quickly to remove an eye-catching Pokemon mod. Then the Pokemon company issued a statement saying, "We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any act that infringe on intellectual properties related to Pokemon." And that's it. It's very interesting how, of course, this journalist sets it up to make it sound like the CEO of Pocket Pair is being so aggressive in this statement. And here you see on Twitter the tweet that IGN put out. The CEO of Pocket Pair has accused Chinese game companies of making Palworld clones, said that their budgets are 10 times larger than Palworld's. Palworld itself has been accused of ripping off Pokemon. And so a lot of this use of the word accused over and over and over again. But I will applaud IGN for at least crediting Automaton. However, what's interesting is if you go down in the comments here, Automaton says, "Thank you for citing our article and crediting us for the translation. However, as Automaton is cited as the source of this information, we would like to note that our report did not refer to Takuro Mizobe's statement as an accusation." And then, from the man himself, in English no less, he says, "To accuse someone of something means to say they are doing something wrong. I don't think what Tencent is doing is wrong. I'm proud that other companies want to make games like Palworld. The industry historically innovates when we borrow ideas from games we love. I'm surprised that many high-quality mobile games are already in development." And that is just a wholesome, great statement. The fact is that it's true. When the video game industry comes up with something a little different from something else and makes it something new, we get new great games. I mean, it happens all the time. Look at all these Souls-like games or the Metrovanias. They all came from something initially and they grew into something great. And they continued to evolve. Honestly, in many ways, without the Metrovanias, you wouldn't have the Souls-likes. It's an interesting perspective overall. But the biggest reason I wanted to take everybody through this was to see how they try to color perception. I don't believe IGN particularly likes the CEO of Pocket Pair. They definitely hold a bias towards Palworld, and that bias shows. When it comes to reading articles, be they about video games or about other things, you have to watch for emotional language. In many ways, this was probably set up in an attempt to get people to click on the article and read it, and technically it worked. In my case, it only worked because I saw the Automaton post about their own article, which was a much better done article. It didn't have the same emotional play on it, but it said what it needed to say without being swaying, without trying to make you feel something or trying to make it sound like someone was accusing someone or something, or in some way attacking someone else. And that's the way reporting should be. Unfortunately, it's not. But if we all learn to look for where they are trying to manipulate us, we can learn to not fall into these traps. That being said, I hope you guys have a great day. Please like, follow, subscribe, turn on the notifications, all that fun stuff. I appreciate you being here, and I'll catch you later.